I'm sorry, my daughter. I failed to become a good mother. I quickly wiped her tears. Please don't say that, Mom. You're the best mother in the world. You never made us feel the absence of a father. Our father died in a car accident when I was only 15 and my younger sister was 7. It's been 5 years now. We all are now living in a house our father left for us. That's the only thing we have now. My mother works in a nursery that doesn't pay enough for our necessities. I work part-time to pay for my daily expenses. My sister is still young. Our life is pathetic, right? I can't pay for your university. I'm sorry. Deep down, I was also breaking down, but I was enduring it. It's okay, Mom. It's not a big deal. I'll take a few years off and work somewhere. After saving some money, I'll pay for my university. I'll take it as a break. I learned some skills. Don't worry. She looked at me and kissed my cheek softly. What did I do to get such a daughter? She sat and hugged me. Where's my hug? Anha, my baby sister, sat coming out of her room. Come here, my baby. I gestured her to come toward us. I'm not your baby, I'm Mom's baby. We chuckled and group hugged together. Even we are having a tough time, but we still live happily. I'm working part-time in a cafe. I'm trying hard to save money for my university, but every time I end up with nothing. My mom's health is not good these days. Sometimes she is unable to go to the nursery. I insisted her to resign, but she's stubborn. It's hurting now that I might have to give up on university. What is this, Dad? I yelled frustratingly. It is what it is. This is the rule set by all the board members. I also became the CEO after I had you. I sat down on the sofa ruffling my hair. But what does becoming a CEO have anything to do with having an heir? Dad came and sat beside me. Because they want to make sure they have someone responsible to handle the company, and there will be a future successor as well. He patted my back. But it's our company. I know, but board members are also part of it. They are major shareholders, so we can't go against them. Also, this rule was set by your grandfather. I stood up immediately. I'll talk to him. I sat and left from there. Grandpa, please. I was pleading to him, but he was so stubborn, just like me. I can't change the rule for you now. Your father also followed them, and you'll also follow them unless you want to give up on the CEO and later chairman position. I walked back and forth, being frustrated with everything. I can't give up. I did a lot for this company. I completely invested myself in it. Then have an heir. A legitimate heir. I'm also old now. I don't know how many days I have left now. Bless me with a great grandson before my time is over. I left from there knowing it's all useless. He's so stubborn. I came to my house. I started throwing everything which came in front of me. What happened, dude? Why are you so worked up? Did someone steal your precious Gucci collection? I looked toward the sofa. I'm not in the mood, Jimin. Jimin was sitting there sipping coffee. You can share it with me. I sat beside him. There's this rule in our company. You have to have an heir to become CEO. He leaned back on the sofa. I thought it was something serious. By the way, interesting rule. I looked at him in disbelief. Seriously? My mind is about to blow out and you are saying it's interesting. What's the problem, dude? Just have an heir. I sighed, knowing very well that I'm not getting any good idea from him. You forgot what we had to go through during our school and university days. I remember how everyone used to be so sweet in front of us while they backbited us in our absence. But Taehyung, not everyone is saying, look at me, I'm having a happy life with Sia, and we are expecting a baby boy as well. I sighed. But not everyone is like her. I'm not interested in any relationship. And here they're asking me to get married and have an heir. He patted my shoulder. I have no other advice for you. I looked at him instantly. Taehyung, whatever you are thinking is not a good idea. I held him by the side of his arms. It is a good idea. Later, I'll just say that she doesn't like me anymore and wants divorce. Jimin sighed. You are not gonna listen to me even if I try to stop you, so whatever. It was early in the morning. I worked 2 jobs now. The first in the cafe and the second time in a convenience store. It was still early, so no customer was present. Then 2 boys walked inside the cafe. Not boys, but handsome grown-up men. Why not go take their order? Why are you still standing here? I came out of my thoughts. Okay. I walked toward them to take their order. I was taking their order when I felt one boy's eyes on me. He was so handsome with lightly tanned skin, but still he was looking absolutely amazing. I quickly took their order and almost ran away. I was walking toward them to serve their order, trying not to stumble and embarrass myself, when I overheard their conversation. Can you do that, Jimin? I need all the information about her by the end of the day. Why is he talking like that? Is he or something? Seems like my boy is interested in someone. Oh, they are talking about girls. Typical boys. You know that's not the case. He stopped talking when he saw me. I quickly placed their drinks and snacks and walked away. Here contains all her information. She works there as a waitress. After her shift, she works in a convenience store. I looked at him, confused. But she looked young. She should be studying now. Jimmy rolled her eyes. I gave you a file to read. Why are you asking me? Anyways, so she lives with her mother, who's a little sick, and younger sister. Their father died in a car accident, I think. They're having a hard time, so that's why she's working two jobs at the same time. I smirked. Perfect. Jimmy sat in front of me hesitantly. Taehyung, I think you should not. She's young and already having a hard time, so I closed the file. Don't worry, Jiminchi. I'm just helping her. Nothing else. I smiled at him, who was still looking at me with an unsure look. The next day, I walked inside the same cafe. It was early, so only one customer was present there, other than me. That same girl walked toward me to take my order. Sir, what would you like to have? You. I mentally slapped myself. Now she'll think of me as a... Her eyes were still wide in shock. What I mean is, can I talk to you? She was hesitant, of course, after what I did. I have to attend the other customers. I looked around the cafe, but I see no other customers other than me. She hesitantly sat down in front of me. I'll get straight to the point. I need an hair. She looked at me with wide eyes as if she saw an alien. I knew you were up from the start. She was about to get up, but I stopped her by saying, I need an heir to become a CEO of my company, and you need money for your mom, your younger sister, and for your university. You will give me an heir and I'll give you enough money to live a good life with your family. She sat down. I knew she was more desperate than me, desperate to live a better, happy, and healthy life with her family. It'll be contractual marriage. She again looked at me shocked. We'll have to marry? Is she dumb or what? Of course, I need a legitimate heir. What were you thinking? She looked down. I thought, so will I have any right to visit her or him after that? She was fidgeting with her fingers. No, I'm paying you enough for it. That's why it'll be a contractual marriage. She looked at me with sad eyes. But I'll be a mother. You can refuse it if you want. I stood up from my seat, but she stopped me. Okay. I sat down on my seat. Here is the contract. It has all the details. I'll pay you $5 million. I said, handing her file. What? $5 million? As expected. Why? It's not enough? What do you mean? It's a lot. Maybe I misjudged. I don't care even if she's a gold digger or not. I'm not gonna spend my whole life with her. Good. I'll pay you in 3 installments. One after you sign the contract, second after the baby is born, and third when our contract will end. She looked at the paper for a few seconds and took out a pen from her pocket. You can take your time. She signed it and handed it to me. I don't have time for that. So what we gonna do now? She's looking sad, or maybe I'm overthinking it. I'll pick you up in the evening. You're gonna resign from your job. I stood up, but I turned toward her. That's why I told you to read the contract first. And why would you need it when I'm paying you? I was about to go when she stopped me by holding my arm sleeve. I have a condition too, if you don't mind. I closed my eyes as I was getting late. What? Can you please act like my boyfriend in front of my family? And please, I don't want to tell them anything about this. We'll just act like a happy couple in front of them. It's fine, I guess. Fine. Also same goes with you. We'll act as a happy couple in front of my family too. I was about to walk away. By the way, how old are you? I started walking. When I was about to exit the cafe, I looked at her. 27. And left. Why out of nowhere? My mother said, Mom, you were sick. That's why I didn't tell you. My mom was pacing back and forth in the living room. But it's so sudden. You are telling me that you are getting married. Isn't the first step supposed to be introducing a boyfriend? I knew it was going to be difficult. I know, Mom. It's been a year since our relationship. We are having a hard time. It's better if I'll get married so you won't have to be worried about me. Also, he said he'll pay for my studies and later give me a job in his company too. She did not look convinced. I'll decide after I meet him. When will he arrive? Ask him. I felt sweat forming in my palms. I didn't ask for his number. Okay, Mom. I pretended to text him. Call him instead. My heartbeat was getting abnormal. Then the doorbell rang. I sighed and relieved. I think he's here, my mom said and went to open the door. It was indeed him, but he wasn't alone. Wait, I'm not ready for this. Hello, Auntie. I'm Kim Taehyung, Ryan's boyfriend, and he's my grandfather. Why is my heart flirting when he's calling himself my boyfriend? They came inside. So, you are the girl who managed to trap my grandson. Excuse me, what? In your love? He patted my head while smiling widely. Here we bring little gifts for you, Auntie. He wasn't this sweet with me. Oh, what am I even saying? And little gifts? They brought the whole market of different fruits, dry fruits, some clothes, and even jewelry boxes. Am I officially getting married? but I'll have to return them later. It's just for acting. His grandfather was actually nice and sweet unlike him. He was also sweet but with my mother and younger sister. Only, I like him, marry him as soon as possible. My eyes widened. Yeah, actually I also want to see my grandson getting married. I'm so old now. So after a month I was supposed to marry him. Isn't it too early? But the sooner the better. I also have to continue my studies later. With that, a month passed. He paid me as he promised. With that, I paid my sister's school and academy fee, and some for my mother's treatment, after lots of struggle, as she is so stubborn. I saved some money for later use. We went shopping together. In front of others, we are a happy and ideal couple, but only we know it's just business. He used to show so much affection in front of his or my family, which succeeded in making my heart flutter. Am I falling for him? If yes, then I should stop my feelings before they grow more. It was our wedding day. Time went so fast. I was getting nervous. I started thinking if I made the right choice or not. For my family, I did. But I don't know about me. And now I'm studying in a good school. My mom is now free from worrying about money. Her health is also becoming normal. My pool of thoughts were interrupted when my mom entered the room. Mom, I went toward her and hugged her. If you were not having a hard time, you would have been studying in a good university and not getting married at such a young age. I broke the hug. Mom, I love him. He loves me too. He said I can study after getting adjusted with him. Why are you worried for nothing? I'm so happy, really. He's really nice. My eyes were getting teary. I hate lying to her. Are you sure? Can be more sure. I said and hugged her again to hide my tears. It was time for the rituals. My mom walked down the aisle with me as she was my everything. As we reached the stage, my mom gave my hand to Taehyung, who took it with a big smile. Take care of her. She's so precious. Never hurt her, please. I felt like crying. Mom, I'm really sorry, but I had to do it for us. I will. Only if you were speaking genuinely. After all the vows, it was time for. I rubbed my palms on my gown as they were sweaty. He held me by my and started leaning. He won't, right? But he did. Why? Let's enjoy it first, then we'll think about it. He was so gentle, we broke it when we heard the crowd cheering. I felt my cheeks burning. I was blushing hard. Everyone started coming toward us and congratulated us. You seem to enjoy it. What did he mean? Shut up, Jimin. Wait, he's the same guy. Congratulations, Vayan. You are looking beautiful. At first, I thought I saw an angel, but it was you. I was about to speak when Taehyung spoke. You are married, Jimin. Stop flirting with my wife. He should not say that. I'm trying not to fall for him. Why so possessive, dude? I'm speaking the truth. And I love my wife. I only flirt with her. Taehyung rolled his eyes. By the way, where's your wife? She is sitting there with my mother. She got tired. She said she'll join us in a few minutes. Suddenly, my stomach growled. Wrong timing. She is hungry, Taehyung. Feed her something. I looked away embarrassed. Let's join Sia and eat something. Taehyung held my hand and started walking somewhere. He made me sit on the seat. Sit here. I bring something for you. I was still processing. So you were the one who succeeded in melting Taehyung's heart. Who is she? Was she already sitting here? I didn't notice. Oh, I'm Jimin's wife. Sorry, I could not come there to congratulate you due to my condition. Congratulations. I saw her belly. It's fine, and congratulations to you too. I stared at her belly. You can touch it. I hesitantly placed my hand on her belly. Unknowingly, a smile appeared on my face. It's a beautiful feeling, right? I kissed her belly. It's amazing. I looked at her and smiled widely. I loved kids and always imagined having them someday. I was smiling widely when I saw Taehyung standing at a little distance staring at me. My smile vanished as the reality hit me. He walked toward me and placed 2 plates with delicious dishes, but I lost my appetite. He sat down beside me. Eat it. Why are you staring at it? I sat fidgeting with my fingers. I'm not hungry. But your stomach was growling so bad a few minutes ago. Jimin sat beside Sia, placing a plate in front of her. Why eat something? You must be hungry. I nodded and started eating half-heartedly. Taehyung saw and heard everything before. He can see the sadness in her eyes. He was staring at her who was trying to eat forcefully, but he ignored the unknown feeling and started eating. After bidding goodbye to their family, they reached home. Rest for now. The maid will arrange your things tomorrow. Wait, but I thought he will. Well, it's a good thing. I was already so nervous and tired. Where will I? Of course in my room. You wanna sleep in a separate room after knowing why you signed a contract? I looked down. A month. And he walked away. I felt relieved. I saw a room and decided to sleep there. In the morning, I did not see Taehyung anywhere. Sir went to the office. I saw a lady probably in late 30s or early 40s in the kitchen. Sit there, ma'am. I'll serve you breakfast. I nodded and sat down. With that, 5 days passed. Taehyung goes to office early and comes back late. It was a weekend and he was lying on the sofa in the living room working on a laptop. I wanted to tell him that I'm ready. We had to do it sooner or later. Let's just get over it or I'll with anxiety. I tried hard to talk to him the whole day but I had no courage. We were having dinner when he spoke. You wanna say something? He noticed. Actually, let's eat dinner first. I looked at my plate, which was already empty. I'm done, and I think you are done too, so speak. I gathered some courage. I wanted to say, I'm ready. I closed my eyes. My heart was beating abnormally. You sure? You still have 25 days left. I took a deep breath. Let's just get it done. He stood up. I'll do the dishes. You go in my room. Maid's duty ends in the evening, so we had to do the later course by ourselves. I stood up with wobbly legs. I walked inside his room and sat on his bed. I stood up and started pacing back and forth. I had 25 days. I think I shouldn't have said it. But what will happen in 25 days? But still, my thoughts interrupted when he entered the room. I was getting nervous. He locked the room and walked toward me. I tried hard to stay at my position and not run away. He stood in front of me and held me by my I was feeling so sleepy.